are you doing in my swamp?
Hello everybody, this is Ogre Boy, and I'm going to be doing my review for the 2009 movie, The Princess and the Frog. So in this movie, Tiana, a wasprit desperate to fulfill her dreams as a restaurant owner, is set on a journey to turn a frog prince named Naveen back into a human being, but she has to face the same problem after she kisses him and turns into a frog herself. So, this is an excellent movie. I absolutely love The Princess and the Frog. I think it was a really excellent way to kick off Disney's revival era and everything after most of the early 2000s movies were just pretty mediocre. You got a couple of great ones like Emperor's New Groove and Lilo and Stitch, and Atlantis is pretty good, but most of the movies from the early 2000s were just really weak and mediocre movies. And everything. DreamWorks Animation and Pixar were both really running the early 2000s and everything. Disney Animation was just really in a big slump and everything, and this movie kind of brought it back out. Even though it wasn't really a huge success when it came out, it actually underperformed at the box office because of competing with Avatar. I felt like this was a really good return to form for Disney, and when I went to see it in the theater, I was like, man, this is a great movie. I've loved it ever since it first came out. It was one of the ones that I saw in the theater when it first came out. I really love this movie. I think Tiana is just a really great character. She's as lovable as you would expect a Disney princess to be. I think that all the Disney princesses are lovable in their own right, and Tiana is no exception. She's really great character. I love her work ethic and how determined she is to reach her dreams and stuff. I think that sends a really good message and stuff out to kids and stuff about working for your dreams and stuff. And Tiana is a really great character. And Naveen is a really good Prince character too. I think he's really funny and likable, and he's charming, and his relationship with Tiana is really well written, and the two of them have really good chemistry together and are really likable lead characters. Everything, and you got great side characters too, especially Lewis and Ray. They're both really lovable characters. I don't know which one I like more. In ways I like Ray a little bit more, but I also like Lewis too. I think they're both great. And the scene when Lewis is talking about how he tried to perform with humans, and they show the little flashback of him jumping on the boat and scaring everybody, and then they just all start trying to shoot him and everything. I just about died laughing. I always forget about that scene, but it just cracks me up every time. And he's pretty funny comedic relief and stuff. And when he jumps in the bushes and gets all the stickers in his butt and everything, and Ray has to pull him out and everything, it's just humorous without being overly gross or anything like that. It's just funny and everything. And you also got that fun scene where they're in the swamp and these hillbilly dudes are trying to catch the frogs and stuff. It's just really funny and everything. It has a lot of really good humor in here and stuff, but it does still tug at your heartstrings and have some sad moments too, especially that when Ray dies at the end of it. It's really sad, but I think that it has a lot of heart and humor and everything too, and it works really good, and the music is great too. Randy Newman does the soundtrack for this movie, and the songs are all really good and catchy. I think Almost There is my favorite, but I love all of them. Dig a Little Deeper, When I'm Human, all of them are really good. Friends on the Other Side, great villain song. Dr. Facilier, I forgot to mention, is a great villain. Not one of the very best Disney villains, but he's definitely one of the most memorable ones, and he was one of the last regular straight up villains that we had that's just an evil character and stuff, which we don't get that very much from Disney anymore. I think really the last one after this one was really Mother Gothel from Tangled, which we'll get to next week. But I think he was a great villain, and but yeah, and the animation here is just absolutely gorgeous, which Disney animation is usually always great. Whether it's 2D or 3D, it always looks really good for the most part, except some of their early computer animated ones don't hold up near as much as stuff from Tangled onwards. But I will say that that this was a really great return to form for Disney animation, though, and I love that, like, the character designs feel like they came out of the Renaissance era and everything. It looks great and everything, and it's from the directors of Aladdin and The Little Mermaid, so of course you should kind of expect it to look really good and stuff. And I think this is just a really great movie. The only thing that I don't like is I do feel like the ending is a little bit rushed. I feel like they could have done a little bit more with Dr. Facilier as far as the confrontation between him and our lead characters. I wish there would have been a little bit more there and everything, because you look at like movies like Aladdin and Beauty and the Beast and stuff like that, where you see our heroes and them confronting the villains and everything. It works better in some of the other Disney the movies from the Renaissance era and everything. But I think that it was fine for the way it was and everything. I do think his demise was pretty cool, though. I just wish that they could have built up to it a little bit better, and it just kind of came out of nowhere and everything. I felt like we could have done a little bit more with that, but aside from that, I don't really have any complaints with this movie. I think it's a really great one, and I always enjoy watching it when I do watch it, because it's just a really fun movie. So I'd give The Princess and the Frog a 9.5 out of 10. So anyway, let me know in the comments what you think of this movie, and we're back to getting to really good Disney movies. Some of my favorite movies from Disney Animation Studios came out in the last decade, in the 2010s and stuff. So we're fixing to get to the revival era, which has some really great new modern classics. And this was the first one of the bunch. To me, it's a modern classic. It's a great movie. It's been out almost 15 years, and it's still just as enjoyable as it was then and everything. So anyway, let me know in the comments what you think of The Princess and the Frog, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and have a good day, everybody.